want to thank you for joining us tonight, viewers. Today, whole day I was laughing whole day today, So, Trinidad and Tobago, I just want to say I'm back in the country from the 11th of April, 2026. I was out of Trinidad and Tobago. I was in China, me and some other businessmen. And we visited the Canton Fair 2026. We went to factories in China. I even bounced up Matai from the Matai 4x4 boss in Trinidad and Tobago. Has a business place all the way down in the Barapo. I just want to big him up tonight. We have the video with Matai. Trinidad and Tobago, look at this. So, experience going to China. A lot of people didn't know I was out of the country, but nevertheless, I didn't do much posting, just some site visiting in China when we had a 2 days break from work. We went to some places in China. But listen to this.
Real talk, Saieed.
Olia, look who I find in China.
Real talk, Saieed.
I know this face.
The boss saying,
Trinidad and Tobago was in China. We went on business. Very soon, Real Talk group of companies will be doing some other stuff. I am only here for about 6 weeks in the country, and I'll be leaving after to go back to China. And then we have a business setting up in Panama. Real Talk Financing also will be in Panama. I have to go down and talk to my lawyer down there, probably in the next 2 weeks or so. Real Talk group of companies is expanding. We are expanding. Now, I came back yesterday, the plane touched down in Piaco from New York around 5:12, somewhere around there. I was coming to do a live, but I was so tired of work. So in China, for those of you who do not know, China hours is 13 hours ahead. So when it's 6 o'clock in the morning in Trinidad and Tobago, 6 a.m., it is actually 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. in China. I believe it's 13 hours. So while you all working here, in China was night. It's reversed. Daylight here and night across there. So how easy it was for me or how hard? When I was in China, my office opened 8:30 in the morning here. A.M., 8:30 a.m. in the morning. Would have been almost 8:30 or 9 o'clock in China in the night. So sometimes people just look at Saieed and say, Saieed, you have this, you have that, you have the next, you have the other, you have finance company running. But there's this sacrifice behind that, behind closed doors, people don't see. Right? I was out of the country for 3 weeks in China. I had to listen to the sacrifice Saieed is make, and then people is want to come on television. You understand? And brag them out. But listen to this. Oh, by the way, I heard a TV host, real bad talk me. Still locked on. Before this show finish, somebody go get put in their place. Trust, I always tell people, when you're coming at Saieed, come damn good, because I know who I am, and I know what I'm capable of doing. So let me talk about China, me and my company. I left on the 11th of April to go China. We had almost 24 to 36 hours straight of traveling. From Trinidad to New York, from New York to Korea, from Korea to China. From Korea to China is 13 hours. From New York to Korea is within 4 to 5 hours. And from Trinidad to New York is about 5 hours. So all those hours, I was just, after 5 hours, you land in New York, connecting flight, you come off, you clear custom, you go to the Korea travel counter, hand in your documents, you board your plane. From Korea, 5 hours again to drop in China. No, from Korea to China, 13 hours. So when you leave Trinidad, you go into the US. This is my travel destination. From Trinidad to the United States is 5 hours. From the United States to Korea is another 45 hours. And from Korea to China is 13 hours. So all those hours was just connecting flight. We had to come off, run to counters, make sure your flight on time, board, and move again. So we had almost 24 to 36 hours of non-stop traveling. It was hectic, but nevertheless, we reached China, me and some businessmen. We had the business, we went factories, we do what we had to do. We took our 2 days off for ourselves just to tour China. China is beautiful. China is very, very beautiful. They are very, very strict though, but it is beautiful. So very soon, we're going to have a new line of product that will be coming to Trinidad and Tobago. Within 6 weeks from now, I will be leaving Trinidad again to go to 2 different companies in China to full container. So Saieed, why are you going? It's my product that is leaving China to come Trinidad. And well, some will be staying off in Panama because we have a business in Panama registered and about to hit the ground from the first week in June. Our finance company will be starting in Panama in June. But nevertheless, Trinidad and Tobago, I was out, we had a lot of reruns. My staff was aware of me leaving. We put everything in place, and I was there. So my trip to China, nighttime in Trinidad was daylight across there, right? So this is the sacrifice that Saieed took. When you all were sleeping here in the night, I was working in China during the day. And my office opened 8:30 here, daylight, a.m., right? So when is daylight here is night in China. So during the night in China, in China, from 8:30, I would have to be up from 8:30 in the night in China, which would be 8:30 a.m. in Trinidad, straight up until 4:30 a.m. the following morning. I am up, my phone is in my hand, my laptop is in front of me. Working from China to make sure my finance business down in Trinidad runs smooth. Phone calls one after the next on WhatsApp. Who wanted to reach me? They had my WhatsApp number to contact me direct. And that is how it was. During the day in China is night across here, and I am moving during the day, me and 4 businessmen getting our business done. Good? And when the night reached now, I would wake 8 hours in the night to make sure I see about my business in Trinidad here. And then we have some TV host on television now want to come and call Saieed a fool. But nevertheless, we're dealing with that tonight. And I will laugh. Because when I come back yesterday afternoon, around 12:05, the plane land, I was home around 3 o'clock, relaxing on my couch. You know, just there relaxing, listening to some nice music, body tired, run down. Otherwise, I was coming to do our live. I was coming to do our live Monday night on the 4th. Today's the 5th of April. I was coming to do our live on the 4th, but I was tired, extremely tired. And then the messages started to come in, and the videos started to come in. Saieed, how somebody calling you a clown? But nevertheless, Trinidad and Tobago, after 7:15, we will deal with that. But China is great. Our company is expanding. We are going into a new production line. But let me just talk about some things that happened in Trinidad. So, a massive fire ripped through the Globe City Shopping Complex in Chase Village this morning, which caused major traffic congestion along the northbound lane of the Sir Solomon Hochoy Highway. The blaze reportedly began around 9 a.m. at the commercial plaza located along the connector road near Chase Village overpass, and it quickly spread throughout the building. Over 35 fire officers from several stations were mobilized to the scene and were still battling the fire up to late morning in an effort to contain the blaze and prevent it from spreading further. The complex housed numerous businesses, including clothing store, a hardware, among others. There were no immediate reports of injuries. Thank God for that. Thank God for that, Trinidad and Tobago. No one is injured. I mean, it's a big loss to the business owners in a time like this. Let's hope that they are insured and something is going to come out if there were an attack on the business and arson. Let's hope that the police catches whoever. So moving along Trinidad and Tobago, nurses across our country, Trinidad and Tobago, are observing National Nurse Week, even as they continue to face what the association sees as complete disregard from the power that be. Union President I.D. Stewart says that he has never seen such silence when it comes to the issue of salary negotiation and salary increase. Listen to this, Trinidad and Tobago.
Unfortunately, complete silence. It's really it's really an eye opener. Never in my history as the union president we have seen such silence when it comes to the issue of salary negotiation, salary increases. And we really hope at some point in time the Honorable Minister of Health or the Minister of Finance or the Prime Minister would finally come out and just make a statement which can reassure all healthcare workers and reassure them that they would not continue to work on their 2013 salaries indefinitely, and at some measure of relief would come to them in the not too distant future.
So viewers, nevertheless, the nurses continue to apply pressure as they lobby for better terms and conditions of employment. Meanwhile, the association is doing its part to invest in its membership. Listen to this, viewers.
Internationally, UK, Canada, Abu Dhabi, everywhere else, you would find nursing and midwifery personnel engaging in a number of skills that generally we allow doctors to do in Trinidad and Tobago. So we are really on a drive to make that push to allow nursing and midwifery personnel to practice to their true potential. Once this happens, you would see it will redound to shorter waiting times, improved quality of care for patients, and an overall better experience within the healthcare system.
So Trinidad and Tobago, International Nurse Day will be observed on May 12th under the theme Empowered Nurse Save Lives. So Trinidad and Tobago, we want to wish all the nurses and them happy International Nurse Day. Even though it is celebrated on the 5th, I want to take the time and the opportunity tonight to thank the hard-working nurses. Whether you are in a private institute, whether you are in a government institute, whether you are in a pharmacy working part-time, you qualified. You understand? So I just want to say tonight to the nurses of Trinidad and Tobago, thank you so much. Thank you for working to help save lives. We understand that you have went through a lengthy period of training to be a nurse, to come out and save lives, to come out and help people. I just want to say, me and my team, Happy Nurse Day to you, even though it is early. We appreciate what you do in the hospitals and the clinics in Trinidad and Tobago, even though some may not recognize it. But thank you so much. So Trinidad and Tobago Current Affairs segment. So viewers, Opposition Leader Penelope Beckles is yet to decide on whether she will accept Senator Janelle John Bates' resignation. Listen to this.
I remain committed to the principles of integrity, fairness, and respect for the rule of law that have guided my professional life, and I will continue to uphold those values in my service to this country. I hereby inform the Senate and the national community that I have offered my resignation to the honorable leader of the opposition.
So Beckles said that the matter remained under active consideration, but stayed silent when questions to determine whether she has made a final decision. Meanwhile, when asked for an update, John Bates declined to comment. Now, while there is still uncertainty on if John Bates will be dismissed from the upper house by Beckles, both John and Senator Faris have been referred to the Privilege Committee. Listen to this, Trinidad and Tobago.
Senator Faris al-Rariasi has engaged in a conspiracy with Mr. Terence Yalsing and Senator Janelle John Bates to deceive the committee. As such, I submit that Senator al-Rariasi has committed a contempt and a breach of privilege. And I would like to ask that Senator Faris al-Rari, SC, be referred to the Privilege Committee of the Senate.
So now, viewers, President Wade Marks said he was satisfied that both parties and the case have been made to refer both PNM Senate to the Privilege Committee. The matter arose following a track change scandal where metadata revealed they had edited a witness statement for former Health Minister Terence Yalsing before he appeared before a Public Administration and Appropriation Committee, PAAC, looking into the pharmaceutical industry. So viewers, this sparked a major controversy because John Bates was a member of the committee, while Faris al-Rawi alleged made extensive edits to the same document, leading to the acquisition of coaching a witness and undermining the integrity of Parliament's proceeding. So viewers, when news breaks on that, we are going to let you know more of what is taking place. 10 minutes again before we big story tonight with the TV host, you know. But nevertheless, Trinidad and Tobago. Switching gears. Saying that repeated state of emergency do not armor the national security plan. Political leader for the Patriotic Front, Michaela Pandey, is criticizing the government approach to crime. In a media statement, Pandey noted that crime was a major issue in the 2025 general election campaign, during which the population was promised a comprehensive anti-crime strategy. She argued that the current administration, led by Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar, has had ample time across multiple terms, both in office and in opposition, to develop and implement a clear strategy. So Trinidad and Tobago, that is Michaela Pandey, she is voicing out for the concerned citizens of this country. Her dad is also Basdeo Pandey. I believe he is the original founder of the UNC party. Switching gears a bit, viewers, Minister of Transport and Civil Aviation, Eli Zucker, have stated that there is a trending downward in the statistics when it comes to road death. And the government is calling out anyone who wants to argue with the figures. Zucker said the opposition is calling for urgent action via delay motion, and he noted that they are not reopening the correct, or they are not reporting the correct figures. Listen to this, Trinidad and Tobago.
everything in front of me, and I speak of data and facts. I have all the data in front of me, Mr. Speaker. Last year, there was a 12% decrease in road fatalities. And moving into 2026, there was a 44% decrease in January, 29% decrease in February, close to 15% in March, and in the end of April, 10% decrease in road fatalities compared to the same period last year. But remember, on this motion indicated an increase, misleading the public.
Now, viewers, he went on to note that there was no evidence that the previous demerit system worked. Even I complained about the demerit system. Now, the minister said, to the contrary, there was a yearly increase in road death and the system was dysfunctional. Listen to this.
If the system was working, how come so much people were disqualified remaining on the roads? Mr. Speaker, you had instances of persons with 12, 14, and 15 demerit points being disqualified, but persons with 250 and 300 demerit points remain on our roads. How is this a fair system? And I'm very disappointed the Member of Parliament for Lupino Aruka, because he was the Director of Legal at the then Ministry of Works and Transport then, when this demerit point system came.
So Transport, we want to thank Zachary for bringing out these statistics from the license office and also the demerit point system. I tell you, that was a tragedy, you know. Serious. That a lot of people ended up home without a driver's permit when their job was bus drivers, maxi drivers, taxi drivers, truck drivers. Demerit point, oh gosh, man. Even I campaigned, hey, get rid of that, it's not working. Even I got a ticket from a police where 2 lane heading north and I got a ticket. I can't believe it was 3 demerit point I got for that. Illegally overtaken on the left when the 2 lane heading north. But I never hear or see about that policeman again. But nevertheless, that was then. Switching gears a bit, viewers. Speaking at the official launch of the 2026, the 31st day of Preparedness and Prevention Initiative, Minister of Rural Development and Local Government, Khadija Amin, stated that plans are already underway to reinforce community nationwide ahead of the hurricane season. Listen to this.
Sometimes it takes only one system, one hurricane, one storm to threaten our safety. The University of Arizona has projected an above average hurricane season. There are 20 named storms, 9 hurricanes, and 4 major hurricanes in our zone.
So viewers, Minister Amin noted that the ministry, along with municipal corporation and key stakeholders, will intensify efforts to clear drains and waterway, particularly in flood-prone communities. However, she stressed that disaster preparedness is not the responsibility of local government alone, but is a shared nationwide duty. Listen to this.
Too many times when we go to clear drains, we meet fridges, stoves, mattresses. It's not just logs and bamboo and natural debris. It means that illegal dumping is contributing to this.
Highlighting the importance of timely life-saving information, Amin announced that the ministry was also rolling out a nationwide registration drive for its public alert notification system.
We will be in every city and borough targeting registering 200,000 persons on the alert system.
So viewers, hopefully in the coming weeks, they're gonna set up that system so you get alerts of what is taking place. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Said. Great program as usual, but we miss you so much, man. You're diehard supporters, and we all miss you. We really miss you.
I understand.
You are the voice for the ordinary people in this country, you know. And we want to welcome you back. And I know you will have a very fiery program. We have to catch up on so many things from the past. But anyway, I want to Zaku. That to waste of time reject Zaku. He's talking about the merit point system. What he must tell the citizen of this country, that how they reach to that high level of the merit point is for taillights. 6 points just for not having your vehicle not inspected, Zaku. You don't know that, Zaku? That's how the points reach that high figure. It's not that they commit any traffic offense, because every day you see on the highway, traffic offenses, serious traffic offenses are committed. And the last fatality we had in Gasparillo there, I know one of the gentleman who lose a life, nephew, and you know what he's telling me? His uncle always complains about the white line, Mr. Said, and you know that Gasparillo there, dangerous, no white line, no indication where you're going to turn off.
Correct.
Gasparillo, you know. Zaku, that's what you have to talk about your government and Jolene John, waste of time Jolene John, that or the road that's on the highways and so this country. You all are responsible for it, and the death and blood of the people are on your hands, your government hands. Mr. Said, we will continue this program. There's so much to talk, and we will catch up later in the week. God bless you, man. Welcome back. Keep up the great work you're doing.
Thank you, my friend. So if you are switching gears now, President General of the Joint Trade Union Movement, Ansel Roger, have stated that the labor movement remains committed to safeguarding the interests of workers across the country. Listen to this, viewers.
There are many ways to achieve victory. Sometimes it's open battle in the battlefield, sometimes it's in the boardroom, sometimes it's at the workplace, sometimes it's at discussion table, at negotiations, and sometimes, like not too long ago, it is forming alliances and agreement in a coalition of interests.
Mr. Roger also revealed that several trade unions are scheduled to meet with Minister of Labor, Small and Micro Enterprise Development, Leroy Batiste, on May 13th to address outstanding negotiation. One more time.
That meeting, the following unions will be presenting once again their proposals and having discussions as to how we go forward to ensure that all of those negotiations are closed.
So, Trinidad and Tobago, we are going for a show. We have a caller. Good night.
Hi, good night, Said. I have some observations concerning these protesting nurses. Are you aware that the salary increase they got in 2013 was on the Kamala Prasad basis? Now, what I found strange, I mean, it pointing in one direction. For 10 years, you sit there and you did not make no noise. Mm-hmm. Was it all right in that 10 years? And all of a sudden now you come with this drastic approach, you don't care about the citizens. It points to political, somewhere political connection. Secondly, sir, we see our government, making strides to have this dragon gas and our energy sector back on track. Now, that would bring back this economy on track. Once we have Petrotrain, back in all those downstream and nearby, for the country as a whole. I see Chocham went to Venezuela to meet with Delcy. What is the purpose? I want to remind these people that the UNC Kamala Prasad is in government. Similarly, when Prime Minister went to United Nations, Penny gone there too as well. They are not in government. What is it they're going? They are going to frustrate this government. Now it is not the UNC that will be affected, It is the whole country that is going to be affected with this nonsense that is going on. When you see they talk about crime, When the government bring out Zoso, which I think would have got the criminals on the run, from one place to the other, they did not support it. Now you come in and ask about what crime plan you had. I want to remind the opposition that under the PNM, the crime was twice. It was twice. And when you say it is runaways, all now under the previous government, we would have crossed about 300 already. So they need to take cognizance, not to fool and appealing to the population, sir. Look at reality and don't look at the false, narrations of the PNM. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you, my friend. So, Trinidad and Tobago, we are going for a short commercial break, but stay locked on. Call your friends, call your family, because what is coming up next, you wouldn't want to miss it after this break.
We'll be right back. Throws you a curveball, and you need a clear path forward. Trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
Welcome to Real Talk Financing and Investment, a place where your loans are guaranteed and you're rewarded with up to 5% upfront interest on your deposit. Why wait when you can invest with us today and reap the benefits? Speak with a representative at our central branch at 238-6716, 231-6219, or 339-1670, or our south branch at 242-9944, 241-0543, or 339-1670. Real Talk Financing and Investment. Investment company just for you.
Connect with us on social media and don't miss the latest updates. Follow us on Instagram at RealTalk_Newsroom. Check us out on Facebook at Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Subscribe to us on YouTube at Real Talk Trinidad and TikTok at Real Talk with Saieed Ali. At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the glaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
Welcome back.
So Trinidad and Tobago, welcome back to Real Talk. You know, I forgot to mention this, but because of the success Real Talk Group had in China, and because of the success we had in Trinidad here, and because of the success we are going to have in Panama, Real Talk Financing, Trinidad and Tobago, listen to this carefully here, because this is only around for 1 month. Real Talk Financing is offering you 10%. Listen carefully, Trinidad and Tobago. This might come as a shock to you as Republic Bank increased its fees. Let me tell you something. Real Talk Financing is offering you 10% on a fixed deposit. 10% on a fixed deposit for 5 years. What does that mean? Let me tell you something. If you have no financial institution in Trinidad and Tobago does it like Real Talk Financing. None. I have spent about 30 years in the financial industry. 30 years. I'm an accountant. We are offering you 10% on a fixed deposit for the month of May. Why we are doing this? We are giving back to you. Because of our success, because of our growth, we are giving back to you. Real Talk Financing is expanding to Panama. We have done the registration. By next week, I will be getting one document that will give us an approval for the second stage. And by the end of May, beginning of June, we are going to have our third document that will give us authorization to function in Panama. When I got the first document, I aired it on television to let you all know, hey, we're stepping across in Panama, we're dealing with U.S. currency now. strictly U.S. currency. So Real Talk Finance is offering you 10% on a fixed deposit for the month of May. You're getting, if you invest $100,000 with us for the month of May, you're getting 10% interest. That is $10,000 coming back in your pocket. Let me tell you something. It's a one-time offer from Real Talk Financing. The board decided to come together and say, you know what, Saieed? Because of the fact that we are successful, we're giving the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago that. So while Republic Bank is raising their fees, we are offering you something nice. So you want to see the benefit of your hard-earned cash? You already work for your cash. Now let your cash work for you. For the month of May, let me tell you something. I just came back from Japan, from China. 3 weeks, hard work. We're here to do something different. So, I want to talk about our TV host. But before I talk about this TV host, I want to air this. Director, run this clip.
After that, ladies and gentlemen, in fact, this is how it started with the men. Now, and I want to be honest with you, and today we are to caution. We're getting in contact with certain individuals for taking our material. But that matter has been addressed. But we are cautioning those on social media from taking our clips and removing our watermarks. Some of the influencers who call themselves media personality don't have a rent to pay, don't have a staff to pay, don't have vehicles to visit different scenes, and have a full complement of staff to operate a media house. They will take the, and that is why some of you will get angry when you see a watermark, because we cannot send out people in the wee hours of the morning, put gas in a car, pay staff, pay graphic artists, pay editors, pay researchers, pay operators. And when someone responds on a scene, as soon as you get a picture, you get a video, you take out our watermark. And you go on social media and talk about it like you were the person who's investigating it and you gather this information. And I see a lot of people doing that. And I just want you, I'm cautioning you now, there'll be legal consequences for that type of action. For persons who continue to do that. We are not going to take it anymore. I think I have stayed quiet about that and just let it, you know, just let it go. But it's very unfortunate when I send my camera person that hour in the morning to go in all the different areas in Jonathan Road and Ramnarayan Trace and whatnot. And when you see social media influencers and persons on social media, who pretend to have a media house, take our photograph and remove the watermark. As of today, the 4th of May, it will have terrible consequences for that action because that is our material. And now, we don't have a problem, okay, like those in Tobago. I didn't send a cameraman in Tobago, but when I see the murder going on there, I saw Liz Williams. I say, wait, look at Liz Williams, I have a little clip of it. But you will realize I will acknowledge the person where I got the clip from. I didn't work for it, but I got it from her. Thank you, Liz Williams. I saw it on her page. And likewise, what is the guy from South? What is his name? Ivan Tulsi. When Ivan Tulsi did my cover story, and maybe someone sent it to me, I will identify that this clip came from Ivan Tulsi. So we have no problem. But you cannot take our material, take out our watermark, take out, you know how many times I have seen persons, what is the word? What is the word again? Plagiarize. Plagiarize. And they post their stuff and I'm like, so I called my researcher, Mr. Who's that? And you know who does that? This man who pretends to be Ian Allen after 7, Saieed Ali. He does that. This clown on Carney Savannah Road. Yeah, real talk or whatever talk. That's the copy and paste boss. And it's unfair. I run a media house. And I have staff to pay. We have persons to pay. We have plenty people here. We bought our airtime. We bought our airtime from Synergy. So you can imagine when we buy all the hours during the time of the show, the repeats tonight, the repeats tomorrow, then we go back live, then all the repeats on Sundays. That is not free. That is in a contractual arrangement that I, Ian Allen, bought the airtime. That I don't work for anybody. I bought the airtime. So I hired my own self. So you can't come when we have bright people here, intelligent people, intelligent researchers. We pay them a lot of money. Don't say, Don't do that. Because I pay your money. Don't play and anyhow, I want to deal with you. I'll deal with you on television too, just now. I will deal with you. But anyhow, you can't do that. You can't do that. We have a staff to pay. When we send out a camera crew, they have vehicles out here. That is all that what the IAN network bought. And we send out vehicles and we send them on different scenes. You think they have expensive cameras? You should go see our bill from B&H in New York. You can see the kind of cameras and equipment that we have.
So Trinidad and Tobago, social media, Express, Newsday, Guardian, CNC3, 103, radio stations, a lot of radio stations in Trinidad and Tobago have pages on social media. They have their portfolio, their page, and we share stories. It has not been happening from today. It's been happening for decades. People will share stories, what is taking place. That is how news hit the airwaves at a fast pace. At a fast pace. I have been on Synergy Network for about 8 or 9 years now. So I pay Synergy. Anybody could call Synergy and ask them if Saieed have an agreement with them to pay a certain amount of money every month. They will tell you, yes, look, tomorrow I'm paying Synergy. I am paying Synergy tomorrow. He says he don't know if I have a staff. I have a staff about 9 years now. The director who runs this program has been with me for about 4 or 5 years now. And has been in the media for about 12 years now, correct? 15 years now in the media. 15 years in the media, and he has been with me about 5 years now. My researcher for Real Talk has been with me 5 years. 5 years. So when people want to talk and they hit you at 659, I will come and give you the 6 and I will come and give you the 9. I have no skeleton in the closet. None. Otherwise, 9 years ago from the time I started, I would not be on TV. I would not be on TV. Run back the first about 10 seconds in the video.
After that, ladies and gentlemen, in fact, this is how it started with the men. Now, and I want to be honest with you, and today we had to caution. We're getting in contact with certain individuals for taking our material. But that matter has been addressed. But we are cautioning those on social media from taking our clips and removing our watermarks. Some of the influencers who call themselves media personality don't have a rent to pay, don't have a staff to pay, don't have vehicles to visit different scenes, and have
Even I have noticed on social media, there are plenty people who share other people's stuff. Now, there are plenty people who just pay about $340 for internet package, and they share stories. They share stories from CNC3, TV6, Newsday, 103, and other radio stations. People share it. How do you think you get popularity? By people sharing your stuff. Many who have understanding will understand that. How do you think someone becomes famous? By people sharing news. But some people may not have the capacity to think beyond. But nevertheless, we will leave it right there. Now. You called my name. Out of all the people you said you get in touch with, you didn't mention their name. You did not mention their name. You mentioned Saieed Ali, the clown from Carolina Savannah Road. So for people who do not know, my building on Carolina Savannah Road is walking distance to Crime Watch Studio, opposite Medford gas station. Walking distance. Now, it's not today Ian have been throwing talk to me. And we just bypassing my director. They say, boy, I here 15 years now. Forget that. Leave that small thing. And to me, that small thing, that little trend thing. You understand? That is a little trend. We just laugh it off. But you see, when you come and you call my name, after all the people you said that you get in touch with, you never mention, well, hey, we get in touch with Joe, we get in touch with Harry, we get in touch with John, and we caution them. You never call them a clown on national television. Never. But you call Saieed Ali the clown from Carolina Savannah Road. So when I got the video clip, I sent it to a judge. I didn't do spiritual work for people in high places. I often say that. And I have nothing to fear. I have no skeleton in the closet and nothing to be afraid or ashamed of. I never had to go on television and retract statements. Real Talk with Saieed Ali don't beg people for ads. I don't give out wrong information. Because 90% of our information comes, we deal with the government, parliament. So now I want to ask that gentleman who said Saieed Ali the clown from Carolina Savannah, I want to ask that individual, did you ever take anybody's story and label it as yours and put it out on your page? Have you ever done that? I am walking distance from you, Mr. Ian. Walking distance. If you had a problem, just how you pick up your phone or your lawyer pick up the phone and all get in touch with other people and caution them. I am closer. I am walking distance from where your studio is to where my studio is. Walking distance. Sometimes if I see you, I hail you out. Sometimes if you see me, you hail me out. So this clown you're calling from Carolina Savannah Road, asking you on my live program, have you ever taken anybody else's clip and label it as yours? I'm asking. But since you picking up phone or your attorney picking up phone and calling people and warning, did you mention their name on television? No, you didn't. No, you didn't. But something prompted you to mention Saieed the clown. I would laugh at it. I would laugh at it. You don't know if I have a staff. I have a staff working 9 years now with me. My researcher is 5 years now. My director, who has been in the media industry for 15 years, is presently with me for the last 5 years. So we know about the media. We ain't just happened yesterday. I had a good teacher. And tonight I just wanna shout out to Brian Haynes for being a good teacher to me. The do's and the don'ts. I just wanna shout him out, and that's it. He's been a good teacher. He's been coaching me since the beginning I started. Say, do this, don't do that, do this, do that, do the next. He's been coaching my team, and I had a lot of people from the media side, they doing a good job. This good, do that, twist this, angle so, and you will make it. And we're here 9 years now. 9 years now. But you see the part where you come out and say, Saieed Ali, the clown from Carolina Savannah Road, brother man, you know how you call that? I want to hear somebody, you know how you call that? That is defamation of character. I am the clown, right? But who's running the circus? Tell me. Who is running the circus? If I is the clown, who running the circus? So I reached out to a judge. I said, brother man, I now come back from China. Yesterday, plane touched down in Trinidad around 12 o'clock, 12 past 5. Around 2:30, 3 o'clock, I was home. The judge said, Saieed, if you let this drop as much as me and you is friends, I'm going to stop talking to you. Defamation of character. You want to know who is Saieed Ali the clown? You went on your live program, brother man, that shows local, regional, and international. Local, regional, and international. Good? You reach out to others and caution them. But you decide to go on your program and highlight Saieed Ali the clown, who is the closest person to your studio. Walking distance. You are your lawyer. Allah couldn't call me, ain't? Allah couldn't call my staff, ain't? Allah too big to do that. Well, you mash the corn of a big man. So who is this Saieed Ali the clown? This is Saieed. Saieed Ali is the president of Real Talk Credit Union, a financial institution that is registered in Trinidad and Tobago according to the laws. We pay our taxes. I govern this credit union. I am the president of this credit union who has been recognized worldwide. Worldwide. All I feel defamation of character is an easy thing. You went up on your platform and you said Saieed Ali, the clown from carrying the Savannah Road, and you mentioned my company. You know my company name. Not to say UN, where you walk in distance right by Medford. Right by Medford. Less than 5 minutes walking out by your studio. So not to say you don't know me. Good? Nice. Who is Saieed Ali? Saieed Ali is the director of Real Talk Financing. We lend loan to any and everybody once you qualify for it. That is who Saieed Ali is. Saieed Ali is the director of Real Talk Reckon. Saieed Ali is the director of Real Talk Equipment Rental. Saieed Ali is the director of Real Talk Construction, also the director of Real Talk Security. Saieed Ali is the director of Real Talk Financing and Investment. We lend loan and we do fixed deposit. So if you want to know who is this clown, this is how big this clown is. This is how big this clown is. So who's running the circus? You went on a live broadcast talking to the world and calling Saieed Ali the president and the director of two financial institutions who is recognized worldwide. And you tarnish my name as though I am some criminal. The clown from carrying Savannah Road. I have never attacked no media personnel in this country because I live by a code. Media personnel sacrifice to let the public know what is taking place in their country. I've been doing that for 9 years. Because of my show, my son was almost kidnapped. But because of the fact that I do spiritual work, 3 blind, 1 dead. Trinidad and Tobago, we have about 1 minute left. 1 minute left. Brother man, you have no idea of what you did by tarnishing my name. You didn't do it just locally, you know. You tarnish my name, local, regional, and international, and there is a cost. There is a cost. I spoke to 2 judges, and I am waiting for the response of the other one. And Monday coming next week, we're going to hear the final outcome. I hope, pray to God that a legal team ready for Saieed Ali, the clown from carrying the Savannah Road. You know how hard it is? You know how hard it is to work and protect a name? So tonight, before we get cut, the circus show is about to begin. I want to see the clown in action. I want to see how serious this clown is. And I always tell people, you want to come at me? Not a problem. But just know who you're coming after. But this clown, don't make it a joke. Viewers, stay tuned again for tomorrow night. This will continue. Until then, good night.